Here again, thanks very much for your presentation. I'm fascinated by the study because I was involved in developing the first policy paper for the Irish overseas and the diaspora by any political party, and one of the recommendations was to have a minister for the Irish overseas and the diaspora. And as you know, all the figures would recommend and suggest that we should have one, because so many other countries who have diasporas smaller than ours have dedicated ministries. So I fully support that, and I believe Minister Eamon Gilmore has also spoken about that in recent times. And it's something we should do. And I would tie it into your third recommendation in your paper about data collection. Someone has to be in charge of collecting the data. And I think that should come under that, and obviously the Irish Abroad Unit would be their central focus. Members have spoken about the issue of voting rights for immigrants, and the shocking fact of the matter is I was at the Constitutional Convention, and what was being proposed is the lowest form of expression of democracy for our diaspora. Giving votes in a presidential election, where the president is largely ceremonial, is the lowest of any country in the democratic world. Of the 186 countries in the world, 121 give votes to their diaspora. Only 8 reserve it only for presidential elections. But those 8 that do it are executive presidents. So Ireland is talking about giving it only in presidential elections, which only 8 countries do. But those other 8 countries are powerful presidents. They have the same presidential power as President Obama has in the United States. So what we're talking about is the least we could do, and yet we're hesitating in doing that. But I think of more immediate value to our diaspora would be a minister who would be in charge of coordinating various government departments to ensure that their rights and concerns are being looked after. And we're dealing with some of them here, and the chairman will be aware of this. Even the particular issue of driving licences for Irish people going to Canada. Our Department of Transport will tell the people in Ottawa and in their department that we don't deal at sub-national level. The fact that Ottawa and British Columbia are bigger than Ireland, have populations bigger than Ireland, and each province in Canada has its own driving licence system, would mean that, look, we can do it, it can be done, but yet the Department of Transport, as you can imagine, have no interest in dealing with Irish immigrants. Whereas if there was a minister, that minister would be interested in getting the Department of Transport in Ireland to ensure that was done. But I think it's a great piece of work. I know how difficult it is to compile all the information, because some of it is hard to come by. The data which you're suggesting should be brought together, should be brought under one agency, and I'd be interested to get the full level of research, because I believe that every party should commit to appointing a minister for the overseas and the diaspora in their policies in the run-up to the next election, and hopefully when the manifestos are all merged together, then at that stage we would see a minister, whether it be a minister of state or a full minister. At this stage, it must begin, because this idea of having such a resource out there and not actually engaging with it in a positive way is a travesty, not only a loss to Ireland and to the Irish state and the government and the people at home, but also for the people abroad. So thank you for your presentation.